Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another webinar on AI Product Management Framework powered by Jile. Before starting off with today's interesting session, I would like to request all the attendees to kindly keep their video off and stay on mute to avoid any kind of distractions to our speaker. Also, we have a special Q&A round towards the end of the session, so I would request you all to kindly use the Q&A chat box to drop your questions. We'll try and answer as many questions as possible towards the end. And in case there are certain questions that are unanswered during this webinar, you need not worry. We will respond to the questions via email. So yeah, we are all set to start. So we all are aware how rapidly the world of product management is evolving. Ideas, frameworks, and structures for building meaningful products efficiently are constantly being researched and tested. However, effective product management is essentially pillared on three things: enhanced decision making, automation, and constant optimization of product development strategies. And that's where artificial intelligence can have a game changing impact. But how do we incorporate AI into product management? How do we envision AI as the solution it has the potential to be? Well, we are lucky to have with us today a leader, a researcher, a trainer, and someone who's currently leading the AI product management framework development, Dr. Joseph Barjis. Dr. Barjis has led enterprise agile transformation in multiple industries, including aerospace, financial banking services, and insurance. Today, he will present a framework for AI product management that initially appeared as a peer publication in 2018. The framework is built on the agile development processes. Dr. Barjis will share the concepts underlying this framework and the distinct characteristics of AI products. So without much ado, let us give a warm welcome to our esteemed speaker for today, Dr. Joseph Barjis. Dr. Joseph, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nihal. Warm words, kind words, great introduction. Let me now try to live up to a fraction of it. Thank you very much. Do you know that at this very day that we have this webinar, AI already had catalyzed a paradigm shift, and doing so augmented globally to global industries by over $1 trillion. Do you know that? Isn't this fascinating? Just 5-10 years ago, we had very little coverage of AI or machine learning in our media or news or whatever channels that we receive information. And yet today, this is changing, bringing a new paradigm, shifting the paradigm. Well, welcome esteemed participants of this webinar. Welcome to a frontier where human ingenuity converges with the infinite possibilities of artificial intelligence and machine learning. If we look within the technology landscapes of today, of the current day, one thing that stands up, one thing that stands very tall, this is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence as an unparalleled beacon of innovations that companies are basically, embracing. The artificial intelligence algorithms, models, so unravel complexities in many areas, in medicine, finance, transportation, education, marketing, investments, and beyond. And doing so, it's reshaping our understanding of problem solving. So I must make one confession that when we talk about artificial intelligence or its subfields, machine learning, etc., we are facing a vast ocean. So there are specific components that interested me. There are two things that these stood out for me. One is how an AI product comes to existence. Do we have a process or processes or some operating model or a framework? That is number one thing that interested me most. Number two items that in this vast ocean of artificial intelligence and all this paradigm shift and this revolutionary things that happening, the second item that interested me was how an enterprise, a traditional enterprise or a traditional company can move or make a journey towards an AI-powered enterprise or to transform into an AI-powered one. So two questions. Number one, AI product processes or framework. Number two, how an enterprise can transform into an AI enterprise. Today, I will delve into these two aspects of AI. I will share an AI product management framework that I've been working for a number of years. And as Snehal mentioned in the introductory statement, a peer publication or early publication of this framework in a peer outlet appeared in 2018. So what I'm presenting today is a kind of further development into that framework. But let me first of all start with a question. Why AI product management should matter to us? What is so fascinating in this aspect of this ocean of AI revolution that interested me mostly? AI product management. What is the importance of it? Well, first of all, obviously, funding, investment, and the dedication and allocation of money into this field. It is difficult to know exactly the amount of funding that an AI globally receives, as it is constantly changing. Nonetheless, I thought I will share with you what is one of the recent charts by the San Francisco Standard. This is a global expenditure or investment of money into AI. And bear in mind that these numbers are all in billions, not thousands, not millions, billions of dollars that this field is receiving. It's like year by year, etc. And I should also confess that this goes only up to the first quarter of the 2023. So the numbers are changing. Similarly, it is difficult to make a comprehensive list of all the major players and investors in AI, as this number is also almost daily changing and daily growing. Nonetheless, I thought I will share with you just a few names, a few maybe prominent names. And frankly speaking, any list will be, I will be hesitating to call it prominent because you always leave out many other players and you can't just have one comprehensive list. Finally, it is also not easy to make a comprehensive list of the AI applications, use cases, and areas. Nonetheless, I thought I will at least share with you some well-known areas and applications that AI and machine learning is making a huge difference. It makes it benefits those areas, from healthcare to finance, to cybersecurity, to obviously customer relationships, etc. So all this created unprecedented opportunities for whom? Well, for AI product managers. You can see a growing number of new jobs in the job outlets that we have today, that companies are hiring product managers for artificial intelligence, machine learning, product managers. That is the unprecedented opportunities that been fostered, been created by all these funding and companies that they want to embrace this paradigm shift and be on the front of the front runners of this new technology, new opportunities and possibilities. Well, I should say that nothing special about this particular slide other than I just wanted to set a stage for the notion of AI product. Yes, these billions of dollars and these giants of industry, they are after something, and they are after a product, and that product is AI product, artificial intelligence product. Whether they are pure AI products or they are traditional products that are augmented, empowered, or reinforced with AI features. But regardless, these investments are after products, and these products are artificial intelligence or AI product or subdomains of AI. So I'm not going into details. And remember that this webinar is about the frameworks that I'm going to introduce, not about everything about AI. That would require a full course probably. I am sure that just today, you either already interacted or you will be interacting with Siri, with Alexa, not even mentioning that you may call a business and or interact with a business. On the other hand, you see a robot chat that is very precisely, pretty decently is interacting with you, answering your questions, sharing links with you, giving you read more here, or at the end, if that artificial intelligence agent is not capable of answering your question, will say, hold on, I will call a live operator so you can talk. So just simple examples. Let's now talk how AI products can be managed and whether we can follow a certain framework. This is what this webinar is about, an AI product management framework that I will share with you. Again, as I said, all this created unprecedented new opportunities, new titles, new job positions that are called AI product managers. So that's this framework is about. So before I dive into the framework itself, which is coming in the next slide, and if I may say, I basically have only 2 slides that they have really substance. This is one of them, but the second one with substance. By substance, I mean some things that been developed, some things that is humble contributions that I've been working and developing. So before I'm going to the main slide, which is the framework itself, which is the basically goal of this webinar, let me take you to a bigger picture, or to a picture how companies can build an enterprise scale AI capabilities. So I will probably grab here a pen because I may, or maybe just highlighter. So let me laser pointer. So towards, remember this, please pay attention to this towards, that's a journey towards an AI enterprise. How we can utilize an agile approach, moving or evolving traditional enterprises into an AI enterprise. By the way, this approach is inspired by Toyota improvement kata. Those of you that are familiar, you can see this pattern of 1, 2, 3, these steps. So just to set this bigger picture, and then we dive into the, so in order to transform a traditional enterprise into an agile, into an AI enterprise, here is what we do. First of all, define your objectives, like why you need this to do. Although frankly speaking, today probably no companies will ask the question of why, but obviously each question will have their unique objectives. First of all, that's number one step, determine your AI objectives. What business outcomes you want to achieve? If it is in the investment area, if it is in the customer service, if it is in the innovation, if it is in the education. By the way, today, being myself a professor, part-time professor, education is how to say, education is benefiting and widely using AI capabilities that we have. So step number one, what is that AI-powered enterprise in your organization? Why you want to embark into this journey? Then you go all the way to the current. So that's the future. That's what you want. That's a vision. That's basically the North Star you create. Then, what is the current state of your enterprise? How far from that directions you are at this? Gap analysis, creating executive support. So one thing that you document your current state, like what is that current state? Now that you have these two ends, now the question is about how we can start building AI capabilities in order to make that journey toward that destination or that visions that we are creating. So this is where the AI products happen. That the journey that you see the circular shape, which basically symbolizes iterative or agile approach, like PDCA stands for plan, do, check, adjust. So you're constantly adjusting your journey. And that is where the product will come into existence or play role. So while you are building AI capabilities, you obviously build an executive coalitions that will fund, will support, will cheer, will lead this. This is not an easy journey. It's a long journey. It is an expensive journey. It touches many things in your enterprise. Build a team or teams, build an organization structure, build an AI roadmap, develop a training program, change management, communication plan, identify obstacles. Remember, this is not a comprehensive list. These are just typical activities that you will be engaged as an AI product leader. So this oval, this circular oval, this is where with each iteration, you are creating a product, and that product is your AI product, AI capabilities. Again, it could be a pure product that, or it could be augmenting existing and traditional product. So that's the bigger picture. Now let's go deeper into this oval, like building AI capabilities. That means building AI products. How can I manage that? So that's what is coming in the next slide. But prior to that, remember that this is a journey. While you, with each iteration, you are adding new AI capabilities, you are basically operating the business, that existing business, in the new data-driven and AI-powered way. In the introductory statements, Nihal mentioned one important thing, that like data-driven decision-making or evidence-based decision or data supported or data-enabled decision-making. That's very important. That now you are changing your organizations that from any gut feeling or any speculation to evidence which is coming from data. You are leveraging data. You are leveraging AI capabilities. So operating the business in the new data-driven, that's basically evolving. You are evolving a traditional organization or enterprise on the far left to a enterprise on the far right, which was AI-powered enterprise. So By the way, these multiple arrows that are targeting this green desk, it has a meaning, and the meaning is that you can get into an AI-powered enterprise by just one way. There should be multiple components. There should be multiple things that should be put together: skills, training, policies, roadmaps, tools, platforms. I will probably mention a little bit about tools. Again, this is not a technology, how to say, oriented webinar, but nonetheless, tools, selection or choice of a platform for your AI is a very strategic things, etc. So these arrows indicate that to target or to get into that AI enterprise, you have to have all these multiple components in place. So let's now move to the main portion of this webinar. So this webinar is around basically this one single slide, and this slide is AI product management framework. Again, as I said, the work on this started in 2018, early in 2018, and towards the closing of 2018, it resulted in a scientific article, which was peer-reviewed publication, which is accessible. Be happy to share at some point if needed. So what do we see here? What we see here is basically a framework, a process that guides an AI product manager how to bring an AI product to existence. I know it is a little bit busy slide, but we'll walk you through each of these blocks and each of one one clarification that, or one confession that I have to make about frameworks of this nature is that as the AI field itself, it's changing, it's dynamic, it's not like once and done. It should be revisited, it should be enhanced, it should be improved. And I'm pretty confident that this webinar will also generate some good ideas how this framework can be enhanced, can be improved. So what do we see here? Let me, first of all, take you to the far left side of it, these thick or bold block arrows. Ideas for AI products can be emerging from market, from research, from publication, from just watching the trends. So that could be completely external to the company or enterprise. Ideas for AI products could also emerge from within the enterprise. For example, your supply chain division might request some innovative ways of managing supply chain using AI algorithms. So from the enterprise itself. And it could also emerge from the team. Remember that you will have teams in your organizations that they are very highly skilled, educated. And I must tell you that with one company that I was talking, and the leader of the company or the leader of the data science team, she was talking about her team, and I just asked, how big is your team? She said, well, there are 100 people. And I said, well, that's a big team of data science, 100 people. And then I asked a question about how is their how to say skills and how advanced they are in data science. To my absolute surprise, she said, well, it's a team of 100 people. All of them, they have PhD. Well, there are few that they don't have PhD, but they are very skilled. That's the level that organization they will be having or they already have. So these are the sources that the ideas or concepts will come for AI product. And obviously, when we talk about the team, that team of data scientists, team of AI specialists, team of machine learning engineers, team of data engineers, team of this type of people, or any specialist, could be people of with great business acumen, etc. So that's another source of ideas that will come as an idea for a new backlog items for products. So who is managing, who is basically the authority for this product backlog? That's called AI product manager. So that's the role of the AI product manager, to be an authority for the content of this rectangular shape, which I labeled as a product backlog or AI product backlog. Now, these AI product backlogs are going to be implemented by your AI agile teams. I added here the word agile purposefully because by very nature, AI products cannot be developed like in a traditional ways, it all the like in a waterfall. It cannot be. I assure you. I've been teaching this. I've been working. I've been developing. It cannot be simply. It's because of the nature of the data. You have to take data, you have to train the model, you have to test how the model is performing, you have to see the fidelity and accuracy of your model and repeat the process. You may need to add another algorithms, you may need to use another model, so it cannot be simply. So AI agile teams are pulling these items and they are basically developing products, or they are, and then they release these products to the users. And this release could be not like a public release. It could be very limited release to see how the models are working. And if there is an needed level of fidelity and accuracy reached, then it could be ready for use. Ready for use means that now it can go into the enterprise operating landscape. While people are using these models in whatever shape, they are basically creating real data. These real data are injected into two places. Number one, they are used for research, for further discovery, for experimentation. That's this green box is basically indicating where you are hardcore people like those data scientists, AI engineers, ML engineers are sitting and working and experimenting. Not always you will have the complete data set. And this is where some of the data set or data will be generated, will be like synthesized, synthetic data that will be created just to see the behavior of the product or behavior of the model or the algorithm. So now you have data that is coming from real data, data that are coming synthetic data that been created in the lab, and you want to inject the two streams of data into your artificial intelligence or machine learning models and algorithms that you have developed. Now, this is this chart or this infographics that you see here is dividing it into two layers or into two areas. Again, this is a logical, it's not a physical. This red line indicates on the upper part, this is your development and operation environment. At the bottom half, you see AI and machine learning environment. This is where most of the research, most of that hardcore, very highly technical, sophisticated mathematical things happen, which results in AI and machine learning algorithms or models. Then once you reach certain fidelity and accuracy here, then through this feedback loop, through this feedback loop, you basically send this as a ready backlog items or a ready product to be basically implemented. And that's where the development and operation environment comes. Now, you see here, it says next iteration. That means that probably we will go, not probably, definitely, we will go this route multiple times. That's why we call it next iteration or refined model. So with each iteration, we are sending a refined, a better performing model for implementation. Now, couple of things that happen here. This block or thick arrows, which labeled as real data, synthetic data. This is all your data engineering. That's your data pipeline. That's your data engineering that takes place. What you see here and around this green box, this is your data scientist. This is your, again, AI engineers, machine learning engineers. So these two categories of people are very important, which I will mention in the next couple of slides. But so what happens here? With each iteration, you see this, the word next iteration, with each iteration, first time, we just want to prove the concept. We just want to see if this concept is something viable, if it has something substance. And then probably once we send this to proof for the proof of concept, it obviously generates real data, it generates feedback, it generates the voice of the customers, it generates lots of good things for us in order to enhance it. And the next iteration, we want to pilot it. We want to see how it, and if the proof of concept is positive, and then the pilot is positive, then in the next iteration, with adding more training to the model, with adding more to see accuracy or increasing accuracy, that's where the actual scale application. Like if it was, let's say, a new algorithm for supply chain management usage, go ahead, now it can be implemented. This is where we call this ready for use. That's actual scaled application. At the same time that we go through these series of iterations from proof of concept to pilot to actual scale, we basically make these new features and products available for use. Remember, the word is here, available. It's not like yet public. It's available for use, and that levels of availability will be defined depending how risky is the algorithm, how risk taking is the enterprise, and also what consequences it might have if something is not properly, working in production. So that's the scope of that availability will be defined depending on the level of accuracy and fidelity that we have in our model. So here I will make a small pause just so the participant, the esteemed viewers, they can digest this framework and they can see how this framework is basically helping. And remember that enormous role in this framework or behind this framework plays tools. And today's tools, I must tell you, that probably not many tools we have in the market that will completely support this framework as it is because of this real data, data collection and data injection, etc. But nonetheless, this framework also kind of indicates what would be the future of the existing agile, let's say, enterprise planning tools. Jile is a pioneer of the market in the agile field, like developing agile application, developing agile product, and many of the components that you see here in this framework are pretty much supported, can be supported. Nonetheless, this framework basically gives some hints how the future tools can be enhanced towards. It's more about probably the data side, the data engineering side of the tools that need to be enhanced and developed. So again, as I said, this is a busy, and this is the main basically contribution of this webinar. So I will make a pause here to let this sink in, and then I will come back to this slide probably after going through a couple of more slides. Okay. So now about just a little bit. Remember that this webinar is about one major topic, and that major topic is this slide. That's a AI product management framework. Do we have a framework that as an AI product manager, I can look at it, I can use it, I can guide me, can help me, can make my life easier? But nonetheless, I thought I will add a little bit more to this discussion, and this one is about the AI product manager expertise. Remember that AI product manager is a new set of skills that we will be seeing more and more demand for it. And already, if you go through major job posting outlets, you will find how many new jobs being created, and all the way to VP level. It's not like introductory or junior levels. It's all the way to VP, senior vice presidents level job opportunities. So I look at the AI product manager expertise from two angles. From just two major angles. One is a macro level and one is a macro level. One is an enterprise or macro level, and one is more like maybe specific product, maybe specific team, maybe specific division in the organization, depending where the product manager is sitting. Remember, the label is product manager AI, but again, the seniority could be all the way to vice president, senior vice president of the company, depending on which part of the enterprise you are located. If it is an enterprise macro level, you will be needing skills such as formulating enterprise level AI strategies, skills or expertise to build AI roadmap, like how that, remember that's 1, 2, 3 model, like how we get to that visions that we set up. Like what is our roadmap? What are those iterative AI capabilities that we are building? How we prioritize them? Building AI capabilities, obviously these capabilities are from product themselves to train people, new skills, new way of looking at the business, new way of interacting with the customer. And obviously using objectives and key results, especially for if there is a higher level enterprise level objectives, and then you have to be able to break it down into lower and lower and all the way when it becomes a specific product or specific objectives that a team can accomplish. At the macro level, obviously the expertise required of an AI product manager is AI product, the definition of the product itself, building a team that delivers that product, and all the time customer centricity will be. Customer centricity is the more must have, although customer centricity is important regardless what product, regardless it's for hundreds of years we've been customer centric. But here with the AI product, it takes completely different flavor because of the nature of the products that we develop. And again, as I said, this webinar is about the AI product management framework and not about anything else, not about the technologies, not about the different domains and subdomains of AI from machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, not about the models or algorithm. So it's about the product management. I thought this component is also relevant to this discourse what are the uniqueness of, or what are those unique characteristics and properties of AI product or AI product manager? What skills AI product manager should possess compared to a traditional product manager? When it comes to AI product, obviously the uniqueness is uncertainty. It's not like you are holding a calculator and then you know that if I add 4 plus 4 and I click the result, and it will be 8, regardless how many times. That's not the case with AI product. Just take ChatGPT and ask a question, the same question, ask it 2, 3 times, you will see how the answers are generated and different. So uncertainty, adaptability. So it's unlike traditional products that you develop it and that product is. Like if I go online banking and I do online banking, I exactly know that every actions that I take or step, what should be the result. And it's not learning from. So now AI product is adaptable. It adapts itself. It's intelligent. It has intelligence. It learns. There is an intentionality in it. So artificial intelligence models or products are designed to make decisions. They use real-time data and they make decisions. That's the uniqueness about the AI products, and that completely shifts our paradigm about the knowledge of the product. On the other hand, AI product managers versus traditional product managers, obviously, they must be very literate on data. They leverage data for their products. They understand artificial intelligence, they understand machine learning. They don't have to be expert. They will have team, but they understand, they know the vocabulary, they know the concept, they know the basics of these notions. They are effective collaboration. Again, you may say that how about traditional product managers? Don't they have to be? Of course, absolutely. Here, the collaboration takes completely a different level. Remember, it's not anymore about cross-functional teams collaboration. It's not sufficient anymore. It's about cross-disciplinary collaboration. You are crossing disciplines. You are crossing. So the two major, again, there are many of these disciplines. I just put 2 of them because these 2 are very important. Data scientists, data engineers. And the reason is, if you look here, this is your data scientist. These are the data scientists that they develop and research new algorithms, new models, new AI products. And these are your data engineers, these 2 block arrows, like real data, synthetic data, because they are building your data. They are building a data pipeline. So continuous learning, again, this is not a new notion. It's been decades old notion, continuous learning. But when it comes to AI product manager, it takes completely a different level. It takes a completely different flavors. That yes, now this continuous learning is really daily learning. It's a really weekly learning. Things that you knew last quarter, probably you have to refresh them, revisit them. That continuous learning because of the tools, because of the technology, because of the platforms, and because of the new algorithms, and because of the new jargons and terminologies that are adding to the field. That is continuous learning. And again, customer centricity, again, you have it both in traditional, but when it comes to customer centricity with AI product, that becomes completely a different dimension. So these are basically the slides that I had in my presentation, and that is pretty much what I wanted to share today. Again, to summarize, AI product management framework. Yes, we know that there are lots of funding. Yes, we know that there are lots of money poured into the field of AI, and more will come in the years ahead of us. This all created unprecedented, how to say, opportunities for jobs, for leadership position. Yes, there is a industry push for AI. Giants such as Microsoft, IBM, Google, all these, Tesla, Meta, Intel, Amazon, they are all pushing the boundaries and the limits of AI. This will change our paradigm. This will change our human society. With all this is one important thing, how all this comes into fruition through product, right? Unless you develop that AI product or machine learning product. That is the notion of the product. They are product. Like Alexa is a product, Siri is a product. Your chatbots that you are talking to businesses, these are products. They need to be developed. All these fields like healthcare, finance, transportation, education, they are enhanced and augmented thanks to AI products. And with that comes the knowledge of how to manage AI products. What is the intricacy? What are the labyrinths that an AI product manager will be going? Again, what I presented on these slides is rather a simplified, and I'm purposefully here taking a simplistic approach because I don't want this to be prescriptive or algorithmic that take this step and from this step go to that step. No, that will be basically anti-pattern. It's a rather abstract, higher level that will give, on one hand, a good guide, on the other hand, enough flexibilities that an AI product manager or product management team can use it and utilize it and benefit from it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that this presentation benefited you, and I hope that I will also get some feedback. So remember that any piece of knowledge that we are sharing, it's not an individual knowledge. It's coming, it is a synthesis of knowledge coming from different sources. And what I shared with you and presented is absolutely a synthesis of knowledge and expertise from many sources. And I hope that you will also add and contribute to this to make this a better framework after this presentation. And I look forward to the Q&A session or comments, whether it's in verbal or whether it will be in a written or chat. So that's all, Snehal, that I had. And we basically can move to the Q&A part.
Yeah, thank you, Joseph, for such a wonderful session, knowledgeable session. We have one opinion. I strongly believe AI will not be able to replace leaders, managers, people until everything on this earth done through AI. So would you like to comment?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I commend. I love the comments that comes from the participants that no, AI will not replace us. If, frankly speaking, if we are honest, if honestly, even today we don't have AI. When we even talk about AI, primarily we are talking about machine learning. Most of the things that we today see, this is machine learning. There are algorithms, they are fed, they are trained, they are giving input, they are prepared for producing, predicting answers. So that's we are talking. And probably, I don't think in our lifetime it will happen that AI will replace us as human being. Yes, there are aspects that they are faster. Like, for example, if I am using AI for fraud detection, me as a human being going through thousands of transactions and to see if a particular user, to see the patterns and behavior of that particular person and detect whether this is a fraud or not. Like, for example, just last week for Thanksgiving, I was traveling with family. The moment I used my credit card, because it was 10 hours away from where I live, immediately I was asked to enter a zip code or something, and then notes that we are concerned about your. Yeah, speed, processing volumes, coming through tons of data. Yes, you use algorithm and AI, but when it comes to outliers, when it comes to decision making, yeah, of course, I love the comment.
Thank you for that answer. So another attendee saying that understand that AI/machine learning block is heavy and time consuming to refine the models. What impact it could have on the agile slash sprints, as there are timelines for delivery of products, and how can we prevent?
Yeah, yeah, it's another great observation, and obviously the question is coming from a person who knows that to train these models, to train these algorithms, to ensure credibility with their prediction, it takes time. It's expensive. It's also, by expensive, I mean, it's also computationally very cumbersome. It takes time. On the other hand, if you apply the pure notion of, let's say, I think a sprint was mentioned, sprint, which is 2 weeks, obviously that will be nonetheless, again, you can apply the notion of agility or iterative delivery to components of it, to aspects of it. Maybe a very small, superficial subset of data that you can at least demonstrate how the algorithm will look like. Maybe a very small chunk of data set, maybe 1/10 of data sets that you can demonstrate how it works. Again, that's at your discretion. If you think that 2 weeks is too early to demonstrate something, I want to extend it. Absolutely. Instead of showing something that has create no insight. And whatever that model shows, you know that that's absolutely, probably could be absolutely wrong. So you define that length of the work that needs to produce a credible model.
Yeah. The next question is, can you advise suitable learning courses for AI product managers?
Yeah, okay. There are, well, frankly speaking, again, this is a webinar that I would be hesitant to make any like recommendation, but there are great courses around the nation. I would say that if I go for courses, I will go either with the leaders of AI. Like, for example, IBM may have courses, Google may have courses, or I go with the universities. Again, me, myself, coming from academic background, I have more trust in universities. And I had a slide, and I don't have it available. I had a slide which universities are: MIT, Carnegie Mellon, Cornell, Stanford, Georgia Tech. These universities, there are many of these universities. Berkeley, California, Berkeley, they have most of these programs are also called business analytics. But beneath that umbrella of business analytics, you will see lots of machine learning and artificial intelligence. And courses that are coming from leaders, like IBM has a professional, which they have in collaboration with professors. Again, those courses, even by IBM, they are taught by people that they have PhD in the field.
Okay, Shweta Joshi wants to know, she would like to know what is your best moment experience so far learning, leveraging the AI?
Yeah, I think one of the projects that comes to my mind is the fraud detection. One of the projects that comes to my mind is creating digital twin. Like digital twin means that you are creating a data-driven, data-based uh, product, which is a replica of a physical product. Like let's say an aircraft. An aircraft is not existing. It's like the physical, but you create a digital twin, which goes adjacent to because digital twin is also based on another example that also comes to my mind is supply chain management. So these are a few examples that comes to my mind, and I was very much impressed by these projects.
Okay, next question is, I have seen senior data scientist assumes PM responsibilities when it comes to developing AI-enabled apps like price optimization slash recommendation, etc. What's your thought on this? And do you think having DS capabilities give you an edge over traditional data-driven PM?
Yeah, yeah. It's a very good question, and I think uh, one thing that I must tell you is that when it comes to product management, especially product management, which is an AI augmented or a pure AI product, your data scientist knowledge is absolutely fundamental. It's great, but that's not sufficient. As a product manager, you are working with a group, we are working with a network of stakeholder, with network of people. Your business acumen, your communications, your that sensitivity towards the needs and voice of the customers. Working across different disciplines, not functions, not about cross functionality, cross different disciplines, seeing opportunities, formulating business problems, converting business problems into analytics problems. That's much more than just being a pure data scientist. But obviously, data scientists will have a leverage to step into the role of the product manager. But that you will need to develop many more skills to that. And also that strategic sense of like where my organization is moving, what are the main strategies, what are the main strategic themes for my, what are the primary objectives that the organization is pursuing.
Yeah. How do you prioritize feature development for an AI product, considering both technological advancements and user feedback to ensure continuous improvement and user satisfaction?
Yeah, yeah, it's a great question. Again, this is the type of questions that it comes from people that they have a very good grasp of the field. Again, when it comes to prioritization of the products, remember that each organization will have a big container or a big list of these products. When it comes to prioritization, the business needs, the strategic goals, the problems that the organization or the business has, what problems we are solving. Are we capable? Remember that there was a shape of a diamond: viability, feasibility, sustainability, and a desire of the customers that there is a desire that the customer needs this product. So all comes, it's not like just one aspect. Is it viable? Can we do? Is it feasible? Can we do it? Do we have the skills? Do we have the training? Do we have the capabilities? Is it sustainable? Can we sustain it over time? Remember, especially AI product must be sustained. It literally needs to be sustained because of the data. Anything that you develop today, any AI products that you develop today, let me turn my face a little bit directly towards the camera. So any product that you develop today, most likely in 6 months, this becomes obsolete because of the emerging data. Can we sustain? So these are the components that will probably help with the prioritization.
Yeah, thanks for that answer. We still have the floor open for a couple of more questions. If anybody has any questions, we have answered all the questions that we had in the chat.
I must say these were great questions. I think these are you sense that these questions are coming from people that they have their hands in the field, and also please if there are questions that comes to your mind later, I'm sure that there is some way to communicate, and please connect via LinkedIn profile. I'm sure that you have access to that. And again, if something more substantial comments you had on the framework or feedback on the framework, remember that we always share knowledge, we contribute towards each other. We nowadays I hardly see any product coming that a person can claim that this is my product. It's because we are synthesizing this existing knowledge. Please, will be very grateful if you send me your comments.
Yeah, we are towards the end of today's webinar. I would like to thank all the attendees for taking the time out and attending this session, wonderful session on AI product management framework. The topic itself is pretty interesting. And next, I would like to thank Dr. Joseph for having giving us such a wonderful, knowledgeable session. Professor, it was a pleasure having you for this session. Thanks a lot. Yeah, and yeah, we'll see you all soon for the next knowledge session on yet another interesting topic. Thank you once again, everybody, for joining in. And yeah, we'll see you soon again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Snehal and team for organizing and arranging all this. Thank you very much. You guys doing awesome job.